Well, here we go. Day one, Toyota Series Championship here on Guntersville. It's time for the big show. We got 200 boats going out today, all shooting out for $200,000. It's been a long year prepping for this event. Long road to get here. Practice was a little bit slow, but that can be a good thing. It's going to keep my mind way more open in the tournament. I'm going to be able to move around without any preconceived notions. And I'm just ready to go fishing. We had an off day yesterday. I'm not used to that. And I think it didn't mess with me too much, but gosh, I just wanted to be back on the water. I'm ready to get after it this morning. We're here. It's like 4:30 in the morning. One of the first trucks and boats here. I'm ready to go. Day one coming at you.
This party started. Yeah. Never start fishing without the net out. Net. Close. Yeah, he's 15. We got one, buddy. We got one. Got him? Yeah, that's a good one. Yes. Yes. Good start, man. Nice too.
Watching the stream. Wait till you feel the bite to set the hook.
Got him? Net?
I don't know. He's probably like 13.
So? Two up.
Yeah. Both the same size.
This first spot definitely did have a lot of fish, and I was seeing a lot more fish on live scope, but I was just getting overran with little ones, and weeding through them was just wasting too much time, so I decided to pull the plug and make a move to my second spot. Made a move to another spot and ended up catching one more keeper before starting to bounce around the lake a little bit more. The sun got up, those fish just stopped biting, so I had to bounce around looking for active fish, and then this happened.
Look at that.
So?
They're blowing up right there.
Really?
Yeah. They were. Did you? Yeah, so they're still chasing.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, they're big too.
Huh?
They're big too.
Got him? Good one?
Yeah.
Net?
Yeah.
Come your way.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Come on, baby. Yeah, one more. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
We need that to happen one more time. Or 5 more. I'd settle for 5 more. That's good right there.
That was a pretty big school of fish, too, man.
It was. It wasn't, and it kept going. That's why I'm like, I don't want to leave. Just in case they pop back up again, you know? I don't really have anywhere else where they're doing that, so it's like, I'll stay.
I could still see that there was a very large school of bass on this spot on live scope. Just getting them to react to something was really difficult. When bait was around, they would come up schooling, but when it wasn't, they just kind of hung to the bottom. They'd follow all your stuff, so I just started changing everything just to try and get another bite.
Got one?
Yep.
Go.
Hey,
That's a keeper.
like a keeper.
That's from afar, man.
Boom, baby! Look at that.
Look how fat.
Little freaking Kitech. Boom! Golly, that feels good. Yes! Oh, thank you, Lord.
Who would have thought a 2.5 pounder on Guntersville would get me so excited?
All right, y'all, just got checked in after day 1 of the Toyota Series Championship here on Guntersville. It was a grind today. Bounced around a lot. It was hot and heavy right away in the morning, and then it really died off. We got onto an afternoon bite. I did catch my limit, but it's nothing special. But the way that this place is fishing, it gets me into the hunt for tomorrow. So that's the big thing. I got to make that Saturday cut because that's going to be a slugfest. But here they are. Here's just the little babies. I don't know if you can really see them at all. And there's a couple in there. Get after it again tomorrow. Pumped to get out there.
right, Andrew. Come see me, buddy. Andrew Binky out of Wisconsin. On the pro side, figure 5. Well, is that grass fishing? Got us 5 out of it today. Going to weigh 10 pounds, 15 ounces, Andrew. Getting on the weight ticket right here. There it comes. Thank you, man.
I love this part. I love this part.
Oh, yeah. Number 24, got 24. Boat number 25, got 25. Boat number 26.
It's a spot. There's number 1. Number 1. Gosh, that's frustrating.
My starting spot on day 2 was a spot that I found that big school of schooling bass on day 1. And I get there and all it is floating eelgrass. I got a bait, threw it clean once, and I caught that spotted bass. But then I just couldn't get another bait through them clean. I tried a variety of different baits, and then they didn't want anything on the bottom, so it was hard to fish anything on the bottom. Slower, I could snap it through the grass. So I just left. I start bouncing around, the wind kicks up, and I'm hoping it blows all that grass out of there, so I go back to see what I can make happen.
There's one. Good one. Good one. I think he lowered. Oh, he's smoked. Take that. I mean, he's like maybe just under 3 pounds. Just the wind and the grass are making it really, really difficult. We might just have to give this a couple hours to let all that grass blow out.
So I catch a decent one on that spot again. We fish around there for another hour and a half. The grass is still making it very difficult to fish. And the fish were just not acting the same way. There was no bait on this spot anymore, so they just weren't feeding as much as they were in the morning, just looking at them. They're still there, but they're just not in a good mood. So I just decided to start bouncing around. Now, what you don't see in this video, and my GoPro didn't pick up, on day 1, my co-angler caught a 5'10" late in the day. So almost a 6-pounder, just bouncing around fishing stuff I've never fished before. We go there earlier in the morning on day 2. My co-catches a 4'8". And then we start catching a number of fish, just fishing a Cinco through some grass on shallow bars, kind of main lake area. But then when this wind kicked up, they just didn't want to touch it. And I was trying to cover water to see if I could get bites. You know, doing that with a Cinco when it's blowing 15 to 20 was difficult. So I bounced around to some bridges, try to get something to go there. Don't get anything, go out to the main river, start catching small ones again. It was just one of those days for me where I just couldn't get anything going.
Another one?
Yep.
Better one?
Yeah, it feels a little bit bigger, but not much.
I end up only catching 2 keeper fish on the final day of the Toyota Series Championship.
That's a wrap. That event did not go very well for me. It was just, I never really got onto a pattern. You know, it was just tough fishing all around for me. But I did find where some better fish live. On day 1, as I explained, you know, my co-angler caught almost a 6-pounder, and my co-angler on day 2 almost catches a 5. And it just fizzled away on me. I feel like there was a lot of guys doing the same thing and got a lot of pressure. But a big takeaway for me in that tournament is definitely just got to trust my gut and go with what I feel is right. You know, I knew those fish would be off, you know, off chasing bait. I mean, it's that time of year, and it was really warm, so there was bait scattered all over the lake. And I should have just gone what I love to do, and that's just go target them with live scoping. But I tried to do the traditional Guntersville thing, fish around the grass. There's no denying it that there's big fish that live around the grass all the time. or in the grass, shallow grass, deep grass, like wherever the grass grows, there's fish in it. But it was tough. But that wraps up the 2022 season for me. It was a great year, you know, the best year of fishing that I've had in a really long time. And it got me into the 2023 Major League Fishing Invitational. So I will be kicking off the season in January. Well, I'll be leaving in January, but I'll be kicking off the season in February down in Florida. So we might jump into a couple Toyota Series events, and you know, we got the invitational schedule out too, so I'm really excited about that. I cannot thank my sponsors enough for helping me and supporting me throughout this entire endeavor, man. It's been a long road to get to where I'm at, and I know that I basically just signed up to work harder and make bigger things happen, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm really excited about it. Preparation for next season has already started. Still got a little bit of fishing to do yet. The water's still open up here in Wisconsin, so we're going to go out and see if we can catch a smallmouth. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'll put a link down below for all the tackle and everything that I use, as well as the Reel Shot. They're a Wisconsin-based tackle store up in Appleton, Wisconsin, and they have a ton of bass fishing tackle that y'all need to get your hands on. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you guys down the road.